Alright, we're in. I do not remember exactly where I left off last time. I believe I just got the doors in. Got too many mushrooms out here. So I'm going to grab a few of those. Especially these green ones. My goodness, they are everywhere. Okay. These seem to be spreading every single day. So I just planted 2 of these green flat cap mushrooms. And it just gave me a whole bunch more. I also planted like 2 of these white cap mushrooms. Also gave me a whole bunch more. So I'm guessing they will exponentially grow as we go through. Not too terribly worried about that. Let me... Getting some feedback on my audio. That one. There we go. That's exciting. The joys of live streaming. Okay. Let's get those in there. I'm gonna keep my berries for now. I don't think I need my apple. I'm going to bring these over here. Apples should probably actually go with the chef stove, because that would make sense. Not going to be going into cooking a whole bunch of stuff yet. There we go. I can make some more mushroom skewers, though. That would be nice. 4 of them. That sounds fine. Okay, that'll be my go-to for now, as those skewers do their thing. This guy is finally back. He had been gone for so long. He's really not happy about that. Very confused, but I do need his bone fragments and linen cloth. So thank you for your sacrifice, Mr. Skeleton. It's going to be troublesome if I don't put a wall up for him. But I do have my stuff growing here still. I think I'm going to do some cleanup here. Yes, I know that's just rubble. Okay. I have a whole bunch of stuff here. Maybe I don't want to do too much cleanup because it is so slow with this iron pickaxe. I should probably do some progression, honestly. I'm going to take a little bit of water from over here near this cave. Just because it leaves a divot. I'm not the biggest fan of that divot. But for now, I'm going to put some water right there. And maybe later I will bring it back. This will give me the ability to grab some water from my watering can to go right into watering my plants when those come into play. This is a tripping hazard. We do not like tripping hazards. And it is getting to be nighttime right now, so let's see. I do not want to waste my mushroom skewers, so I'm just going to eat some meat here. Regain some of that health. It is... I do have quite a few things to turn in. 20, it looks like, which will, I think, get me past the next mark. This guy, I'm going to have to take him out again. Oh. I forget they have weird hitboxes on these guys. That's a really... Never really stuck around for that spinny move too much, but it does definitely hurt a little bit. That's alright. He'll be down for the count for a little bit. Alright. So we're just going to go ahead and turn all of these in. And then we'll be able to see kind of what other rewards are available for us at that point. Eat a little bit to regain some health on the way. Okay, 21 memories. Okay. So that did unlock the next level, which unlocked some more decorative chests that it can make. Some more eternal seeds at the workbench. And when I get teleporters, I can finally actually use the teleporters. So that is good progress so far. I've got a long ways to go to hit 200, but I'm not too terribly worried about that right now. Don't need to buy anything. I'm saving up my life as this is. I wish I had enough to get the recipes. I think I saw they had all 3 recipes right away the last time I was on here. That's okay. They'll come back eventually. Alright. So it is a solid nighttime. It is also new moon, which means there's a lot of scary bad guys out and about. Go to sleep in my temple, sanctuary. Okay, so let's take note of what we need. Right now, if I look here, we've got 39 iron, 86 copper, a couple gold. We need some bone fragments, some leather, logs, linen scraps, and more linen scraps and venom sac. So there's a whole bunch of little things that we need before we can move on to thorium, I think. If I can upgrade my armor's workbench to the next level, I think we'll be set for a little while, along with the weapons. Okay, so I need to think of where I want to go for that. I don't need this anymore. I can remove that marker. I want to see, where is it? There is a structure that looked like a tower potentially. These are troll camps. That is a cemetery. This is a little rootling village. This is probably a mine, is my guess. More little troll camps all over. And then we get down into the desert area. That's where it gets a little bit more challenging. I don't want to fight those flying guys yet. I was pretty certain that it was over here somewhere. The map in this game is wonderful at times because once you start recognizing structures, you're able to kind of figure out what to be on the lookout for, just looking at the structures on the map. And what's really nice is it updates itself as you go. Not like necessarily right away. You could do a big batch of terraforming and it wouldn't really showcase too terribly much at that point until you left the area and came back, or until you reloaded the game. It might update every now and then while you're in the game, but I haven't really paid attention too much for any of that. So let's see, kind of just going in the direction of where my spawn was, because I was pretty sure. Yeah, I know. Hey. down. Got some good linen scraps and bone fragments. That's good. There's a nice mountain over here. I am... How far away is that? This seems to be pretty far away, but... a little bit of lag going on here, but that's alright. I do see a bear over there. I want to avoid that for now. I mean, I could probably take him, but I just don't want to deal with it. Okay, there is another... See, this is what I was looking for. Pretty sure that this is a wizard tower of sorts. Now, I can... My field of view is a little large, so when I look at the sides of the screen, I can kind of see things a little bit bigger. Which I think it's by design to make it so it feels like your peripheral is... if you're looking at the center of the screen, your peripheral is a little bit bigger so you can see the details better. But it feels a little cheap to kind of use it as a zoom. But you know what? They don't give you a spyglass at all, so I'm going to take it. Alright. Maybe we'll go a little third-person mode here. I do have a troll... No, this is not a troll camp. This is a village. This will be a good opportunity to get any memories I might be missing from them. From the Sproutlings. Hello. You realize there is a bear right next to your village. And I also hope that you realize that that bear is not going to be doing anything to you. It's only going to be doing stuff to me if I get too close. And then you know what? You're going to run to the bear and it's going to kill you. Because that's what you do. No, we're going to avoid doing that. I don't need to fight a bear yet. Bears do give heavy hides, which are nice. I'm definitely going to need those sometime soon. But not right now. And that's okay. Got chicken over here. That's nice. And then all these tiny little structures that you see every now and then, they almost always have a skeleton somewhere by them. I do like the... Get that memory for the archer. And there is always a little chest in all of these. I just take the whole thing. You know what? This chest is mine now. Thank you. And if you need crude ladders, you can get some crude ladders from these things and whatnot, but I do not need those right now. Alright, go back to the bow. Alright, we are going to be headed towards this marker on my compass, the little sword marker in the pre-release version. I don't know if it's in the regular version yet or not. You can set map markers, which is wonderful. A spider. Where's there? There's a spider nearby? Oh, there's two of them. Oh, gross. Okay. Sorry for anybody with arachnophobia. There we go. These guys give the venom sacs. Need some meat. I don't know if the mushroom skewers give that regen for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't think I need it quite yet. That's it. Do need to get this other spider though. Get back here. Sorry. I know. I'm probably one of the only players that thinks the spiders are kind of cute. They are deadly though. If you are not careful with that poison, it will get you. Brown common mushrooms? Sure, we'll get a couple of these and increase our mushroom army back at home. That's fine. It's just free food. Might as well, right? Okay, I'm not really seeing much of anything for that tower yet. Do have another bear on the horizon. I'm just going to avoid that. Started to go through a right alongside an autumn woods of sorts. Okay, grabbing some more supplies. Oh, wonderful. Bloodcap mushrooms are fantastic. Any of those shiny things, shiny plants that you find, the red ones, the blue ones, and the yellow ones are the big things that you want to keep an eye out for. Okay, so I'm in this little spot, and it looks like it'll be on the horizon a bit more. Wondering if I can increase the... How far? No, the view distance, it's all the way up already. So, I mean, I can turn it up further and see further, but then my performance will really downgrade. I think right now I'm at the max for my video card to handle it nicely. You can go up way higher if you have a video card with 64 gigs of VRAM, which is a ridiculous amount. I can't even fathom having that much on a graphics card, but you know, some people can afford it. Yeah, hi. There is a grass block on your ladder. Did you know that? Okay, to effectively take this guy out, I'm gonna have to go first person. Thank you. Ow. Okay, do you have any treasure down here? Certainly doesn't look like it. But you do have some marble. I don't know how much I can grab, but... or why I'm even grabbing it right now. There's plenty back at my base. I'm gonna have to go marble hunting at some point to update my temple, but, you know, for now this is fine. I'll get that guy there. Do a little pot breakage like Link. Why not? Yeah. Marble is abundant in this world, especially in this beginner zone here. There it is. You can see the giant tower on the horizon. So that is going to be chock full of skeletons. I'm going to go and raid it. Eat some food on the way. I'll eat some better food when I get into the area, because that regen 2 is going to be huge. Oh, hello, wolves. These guys. Can be deadly if you're not careful there. I don't know what I hit. I hit the tree of some sort. I have not seen a tower like this before. I like it. I wish I could make this a base. That would be really cool. It is a little bit broken down. The tower that I have in my world, my other world, is a lot less broken down. This is kind of cool, though. Gives me a nice glance inside. There's some spider webs up there. I'm curious, like, what I can get away with. But I want to get the memories as well. So if I kill them from too far away, I won't be able to get their memories. So maybe I can just anger some of them, right? And then kill them up close. Save some arrows. Oh, jeez. as I waste an arrow. Yeah, I know. No, it just gives up on life. I'm so sorry. Oh, that guy's gonna be a pain in the tuchus. Oh, hello. Oh, come on. See, they dodge. They're a little smarter than... Oy vey. Okay, whatever. That was my special attack. Did not need to worry about him too terribly much. I want Q. T to shift that there. Okay, perfect. Okay, there's somebody up behind me somewhere. But that's alright. This will give me a lot of good stuff. There's a basement. Ooh. Okay. The Forbidden Vault. There's really not much in here. Oh, some arrows, that's nice. And a chest. Free chest. Why not as well? Light hide that I cannot get because I am full on inventory. That's interesting. Okay. Well, hide the evidence and all that, right? These are nice. If you hit F7, you can see what you're looking at. This is a village brazier. Oh, that's new. I hit F7 again, and now it's giving me a whole bunch of stats I've never seen before. That's neat. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. I am going to store some stuff. Oh, hello. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. Jeez. Oh, you are just wanting to fight. Okay. A little bit overrun here. That's alright. These guys aren't the most efficient climbers. Efficient blockers, though. Alright, let's eat. Oh, that was annoying. Okay, well, I know where I died. Got a lot of stuff in here. Let's just shove most of it in here. Don't need these out here. I had a feeling that was going to happen when all those guys came rushing out at me. Well, you know, you live, you learn, right? Okay, I need more arrows before I go back. I'll grab some more arrows. I don't need to hold on to that or this as I go there. I really should have eaten my mushrooms. Simply because that would have probably saved my life with that extra regen. And as you can see, if you were watching, there is an issue where you get interrupted eating if you get damaged. So I'm just going to go east. There's my little marker for my death spot. Day 5 death. How delightful. All of this in the name of progression, right? use that guy. Alright, we're just gonna head there quickly so I can get all my stuff back. And eat one of these right away. So I can get there a little bit faster. Because the mushrooms give you a boost on your stamina. The mushroom skewers. Okay. Running into more of these guys here. I don't need to worry about you right now. There's plenty of your friends at the tower. Once I get at least thorium gear, that's where things get a little easier. Because look at all these white caps. Because the thorium gear has some decent protection on it. In here, is there anybody that has a bed? It would be really nice if I could just utilize a bed. So if I die, I can come back here. This is, what is this place called? Rootling Village. Confirm. There we go. Perfect. Beds from, unless they changed it, they have to be 500 blocks apart, I believe. There we go. So I'm just on my way to my death spot. So I can reclaim my gear. I believe it has an 8-minute timer to respawn. Give or take. So, wanted to be a little bit off to the side when I had died there. Which this game does have a lot of growing pains in the beginning. Obviously, it's supposed to be more challenging when you are starting out, right? Eventually, you get better gear. And the better gear keeps you alive for especially all of this like lower tier stuff. And it gets more challenging into the challenging zones, like Zone 3, the zone where you are in the winter area, right? That zone has some guys in it that will really mess you up because they team up, you hurt one of them, and a whole ton of them come at you. It is unforgiving. Zone 4 is the, ouch. Probably should have tucked and rolled there a little bit. Hey, here's all my stuff that I dropped. Get all of that back in. Good. Now I can go on my vengeance tour here. Zone 4 is the volcanic tour, our place that has a whole bunch of fire creatures and creatures that are... Yeah, hi. You're coming down? Good. And the magma toads especially, not a big fan. Nobody really is a fan of the magma toads. They are to be feared. I will take that large potion bottle. I don't know if they're sneaking in this game either. So like crouching, does it do anything? I don't know. I haven't fully tested it out. Okay. So here we are at a place. People are hearing me. We're just waiting to see where they come down, if at all. They might be stuck upstairs, like behind doors and stuff, because they cannot open doors yet. We will approach with caution. Oh, hey, perfect. Just using the game mechanics and the natural barriers to kind of keep myself safe. Let's eat some more mushroom skewers so we get that passive regen as we go through here. Okay, perfect. Hurt somebody. I mean, if you see somebody, let me know. Oh gosh. That was quite a few somebodies. Okay, there's a lot of guys left in this place, which is perfectly okay. Oh god. Okay, this is where I run. And work our way down here. Grab some of that. Oh, they are persistent. Get up on the high ground. Obi-Wan was right. Okay, this guy is just... There's this guy way up there. Whew, he dropped his arrows down. Nice. Can always use those. There's another guy up there that's a little hurt already, or quite a bit hurt actually. Do you like getting the chests as well, because then I don't have to craft them. And it would be nighttime, which is fun. Keep forgetting, utilize the space that you're given, because it will save your tuchus more often than not. Because right now, if they come running down, they cannot get me unless they are ranged attackers. Okay. What is peeking out over here? Let's say, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin your aesthetic. Okay. Got guys wanting to kill me. From where? Up there? wood. Go another mushroom skewer. That'll give me a little bit of courage. Take this guy out. First skeleton mage. See if he'll come after me. Did not, but did I get the memory? I don't think I did. That's okay. You guys are running all around. Ah, hello. Alright, we have plenty of bone fragments and linen scraps after this, which is very nice. Coming out to the outside here does give me a little oh gosh, hello. Perfect. It looks like this tower has just been like, I don't know. Okay, so rope physics, not really roping right now. You're supposed to be able to like rotate around the ropes in this latest update, but apparently not yet. Okay, what are we seeing on the horizon there? We got, is that another tower? Zoom in. Sure is. Where is that? Let's look straight at it, and maybe that'll show me the direction. Yeah, look at that. There's another tower over there. Probably a more complete mage tower, actually, from the looks of it. Hard to see on the stream there, unfortunately. I don't know why the streaming here makes things darker. I wonder if I can turn up the actual... let's see, view distance. No, I can't see any of that. That's just for attention to detail. I will have to take a look at why TikTok likes to make my window so much darker. I know it's downscaling the resolution significantly, but it really should Yeah, it really shouldn't be this dark. Okay. I mean, hopefully you can see a little bit for anybody that is actually seeing this. We do have a chest up here. That is what I like. There we go. This is a stone chest. I'll grab it with my pickaxe if I can, which I cannot. Of course I cannot. What don't I need in here? I can probably deal without the softwood beam. Definitely don't need that. Okay, the creepy crawlies are out. That's a good sign to not be wandering about in a pretty precarious place right now. There might be something up higher. Usually is, honestly. These towers. No. Yeah, it didn't work out too well, did it? That's alright. I might have gotten everybody. That might have been the last of these initial guys up here. It's interesting that those were open. Did I open them? Maybe. I don't know. Another high roller chest. Don't mind if I do. Okay, how can I... What's the point of these doors? This place, seriously. It's like they were building it and just ran out of time. And now they are sitting here with walls wide open. I mean, it is open concept, so I can't fault them for that. But I do want this high roller chest, and I don't think I need to hold on to some of this stuff. Let's see. You know what? I'm just going to put down a small chest here. And we will take things here. I don't think I need these bottles quite yet. All I need are sand for those, honestly. What else can I pop in here? Piece of rubble? Sure. Oh, this is a wood chest. Yeah. There we go. So a decent amount of chests. Decent amount of gear. There's probably some secrets that I am foregoing right now. There's probably some loot I still need to pick up, apparently. A small health potion, that might be nice. I've got one more of those somewhere. I will go ahead and plop those into my inventory, because those will restore some health. And then if I don't take any damage before a certain amount of time, it will restore more health, which is nice. Okay. I do like to close the doors behind me, because when they spawn again, they can't open the doors. Okay. What do we got in here? Redwood. Okay, that's nice. Don't really need that thing there, but I do need redwood. Perhaps I can leave behind this. I'll keep the red cat mushroom, that's fine. Although I did have a whole bunch more, and I got rid of them at my base, so that's fine here. This is a nice safe room. If I were to put in like a teleporter in this room later on, if I wanted a teleporter to this area, I could certainly do that. That would be nice and safe. The big problem is that those guys respawn every couple of days or so. And that's what makes these non-viable for bases. I learned that the hard way. I set up like a room like that in my previous area, or in my previous world, and it was nice because I was able to. I'll get this memory for this dude, the void larva, and it was nice to have cleared that first tower out. And I was thinking, this is a beautiful base. This was before I even thought to make a base of the beginner temple area. Ooh, some azure logs. We do need those as well. Don't have much that I can give up. A crude shortbow could be nice in a pinch, but I don't really have the space right now. Got plenty of oak logs. I'll just get those. That'll save me a little bit later. And then we have... I'll keep the meat. That's fine. Keep the meat. More chests that I have not discovered yet. Stamina potions I haven't even used yet. I haven't figured out how to use them in a way that makes sense, because they restore your stamina, but like your stamina is used for blocking. It's used for special attacks. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna take a small little water break here while I let things chill. Okay. Wonder why. Okay. I see why. Alright, where's the moon? Still really high in the sky. So we're a little past midnight right now. I don't need to kill the void larvas yet, because that's just going to give me void stuff that I don't really need, because I do not have space for it. I don't want to run to my base because I could run into things that will kill me very fast at this level. I only have copper armor. It doesn't offer the best protection. It offers something. It is definitely better than nothing, that's for sure. I can craft a bed. I will do that. Perfect. So we'll get back into this. That is not a safe room. Okay. I want to get back to my safe room. If I can find that again. I think it was up a level. I think it might have been right over here somewhere. There we go. This is a good spot for a bed. We'll just do that. Yeah, that's fine. I am close. Yeah, 80 blocks away, but that's too far. So I'm just gonna confirm that for now, because why not? Let's sleep in that bed. Alright, now, if I do happen to die, I will be right here. And that's fine. Do I have anything else that I need to take with me? Don't think so. I'll keep that bed there as well for now. And nothing to really worry about out there. I think this is pointing towards this other Forgotten Temple gateway. I don't need to worry about that right now. I need to make my way back to my home base, though. So I'm gonna take care of that. I got all of these guys, at least. So I think that was pretty good. Gotta find a way, if there is a better way to climb down ladders. Okay, perfect. I am safe. And west. is towards home. So I am very thankful that they include a map off the bat in this game and a compass. It is a game that is more about, oh hello, exploration, adventure, challenge, stuff like that, and less about creativity and innovation. But that's not to say that it's not great for creativity. The tools in the creative mode are ridiculously robust. You are able to do things in there that I haven't even scratched the surface of. You can resize props and stuff and stick them inside other props. So if you wanted a dagger in a table, like in an office or something, you could take a dagger and stab it into a table and resize it, and you can make it big, you can make it tiny, you can make it just a little bit of ambience. It's really cool. Ooh, lamb. Hello. And honestly, the bears, of course, 2 bears. I think if I just come through here, climb up here, I should be fine. There we go. I have no idea what I was saying now, but whatever. Shoot them in the head, you do more damage. Get some more life essences here. By the time I get home, my lettuce should be fully grown. Can harvest all of those, get a lot more life essences as well, and then I will be able to grow even a bigger garden and get even more life essences, and the cycle repeats. Alright, where are we sitting at for time? A little under an hour at this point. Not too terrible at the moment. Still trying to figure out this whole streaming thing on TikTok. I know 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night is not the best time for going live, apparently, for this sort of content. I can tell you that much. Definitely closer to 5 o'clock. Curious if people actually do fully pay attention to lives, though. I know I tend to scroll past them, because when I go to TikTok, I'm on there mainly to view videos, to learn things. I'm guessing a majority... Ooh, hello bear. That was close. Majority of people do the same. But I'm hoping to at least get these recordings out there and showcase kind of the progression throughout this game. I'm not anticipating too terribly much coming out of live streaming stuff. That is something I need. I don't need that fishtail, that's for sure. Blood Rose is fantastic, though. Hey, I see home. It's one of the things I love about having this as the home base, is you can see it from pretty far away. Okay, let's drop off some stuff. Welcome home. First things first, let's expand a chest over here. Shazam. What is this, a small chest? I don't think I have another one on me right now. I put a whole bunch of stuff in a container. I had died previously. Okay. Do have another chest capable over here. I think I'm gonna... it in front of this one. Why not? All right, wood. This will be my wood chest for now. And sticks. Wood and sticks. Get that all in there. Oh, hey James, how's it going? I'm playing Hytale, trying to show off the game a little bit. Wonderful. It's the start of the weekend, which I'm excited for. Doing a little solo parenting this weekend as my wife is on vacation. Let's see, I think I don't need any other chests in there yet. So it should be good to start smelting some of the stuff that I had found. I'm gonna pop those in here, and I think we need a better fuel source in here. I'll start the oak logs for now. And I believe I have a couple others in here. We'll just burn those as well. Yeah, I'm only slightly jealous. She's going down to New Orleans for Mardi Gras with a friend. So that is her first time in New Orleans, and she's always wanted to go, especially after seeing The Princess and the Frog a few years ago. And so far she's enjoying it. A little hectic, as can be expected. I'm just looking for better fuel here. We'll use some ash logs next. There we go. Get some gold in there. There we go. All right. Cannot upgrade these ones yet. This one I can upgrade, which will give me access to the better pickaxes later, so I'm going to do that right now. There we go. So that'll give me access to thorium pickaxes and cobalt pickaxes. This comes from the next zone I have to get to into the desert. And then these pickaxes will let me get the adamantite in the fourth and final zone. So that is exciting. Get that. And do I have any other ores that can go in here? Some copper. There we go. All right. So how is this different from Minecraft is a great question. It has a lot of similarities. The graphics are blocky. You mine things, you know, build, all that sort of stuff. But the beautiful thing is it has a lot of like quality of life features in it. Like you could get a map right away. I know it's really hard to fathom a game having a map, but it shows like a huge radius so far right off the bat. You can see lands far away and points of interest that you want to get to later. Like I can tell just by looking at this. This is like a troll village or a troll encampment, so I could go there and fight some trolls if I really wanted to. But the really nice thing is it has a kind of a locked progression system that eventually you have to get a whole bunch of supplies. It forces you to go out and get different types of wood. and different types of vegetables and try to advance your workstations in order to grow more things. So if I want to grow some corn, I'm going to have to get a level 2 workbench. And in order to do that, which I can do right now actually, I needed to gather these items, upgrades that, and now I can grow corn, I can grow carrots, but also I have unlocked eternal seeds for my wheat, so now I can actually grow eternal wheat that will never go away after I harvest it, which is fantastic. And the beautiful thing about that is everything that we harvest gives us these essences of life, and that lets us just do all sorts of stuff. It's kind of like the bartering system of the world. Right now it's a little bare bones because the whole point of the game is the adventuring mode, which is going to have quests, it's going to have experience. The combat in this game is way better than Minecraft, I would say. You've got options for blocking and 3 different sorts of attacks for most things. The bow and arrow works out nicely as well. I'll fight a bear over here so you can kind of see how the combat works in that regards. I have a little bit of stamina here. Well, he's a little scared of me right now. But there's a whole ton of enemies out there, and some of them fight way differently than others. So the combat's pretty robust, and that's just with the sword. I have access to things like axes as well. Those work entirely differently. If you hold in the button, it does a special attack. So all your weapons have different special attacks, which are pretty cool. The daggers seem to be kind of a hit with most people online. I think I can make some potentially here. The daggers are fun. I will craft a pair of daggers here. These ones, their special attack lets you leap forward. So some people have used it as a way to traverse a little bit. I haven't really figured it out how to do it well. But you can get some like pretty decent speed with that if you keep it up. So there's all sorts of little things that you can do there. You can climb up to 4 blocks high, like I just did there. So if there's a place that I want to get to that's higher up, I can just climb up. The trees are a little bit wonky at times. This one's a really interesting looking tree. But you can climb trees as well and get up a little bit higher vantage and see around pretty easily in a lot of cases. I like to climb up on top here and kind of check out the surroundings as well. But it's pretty neat. I mean, the graphics are a little bit more polished as well, obviously. It's a much different art style. It is early release right now too. So like there's not a ton of features, but it's still a solid game at this point. The really interesting thing is they're going to be starting to release chapters, and each chapter is going to like unleash some sort of curse on the world. Like right now there's nothing really going on in the world too much. At night there's some void creatures that show up and they're kind of creepy, but apparently that's nothing compared to what's going to be coming. So people that are playing the pre-release are going to start getting this thing that this quest line that's not going to be available after the game launches. It's basically going to be kind of a storyline that explains all the new changes that they're adding into the game that leads up to adventure mode. which I think is a pretty creative way to develop a game, honestly. I would like some carrots. How many carrots can I do? 80. All right, so we're going to make some carrots as we go here. I've been liking it a lot so far. I put a decent amount into a different world, and I wanted to start streaming this world, going into a brand new place, starting from the beginning again. Just want to get my carrots all planted here while it's raining. I think when you plant them when it's raining, it automatically wets the ground, which is nice. I need 2 more rows. There we go. Perfect. And then after about 12 hours, these will grow into full carrots, and then I can harvest them again. I'll get more essences of life from that, and then I can buy more seeds from the farming stand. And eventually I will have to go on a quest to find different types of wood in order to get to a tier 3 farming stand. I think it goes up to tier 10 at this point, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So right now it's looking for any sort of light wood. So I have 7 somewhere in my inventory. What's nice is it pulls from chests if you don't have access to the items in your inventory on your person. So if you have chests within 14 blocks with the items that you need, like this birch log, it counts as light wood. It will pull in these workstations from those chests, which is huge when it comes to inventory management. Eventually, I will have all of these floors filled with chests in here, and it'll just be an inventory nightmare until I get used to what goes where. But for now, I can just hit a couple buttons and put any like items into this area up here. And it just keeps track of it. And then I can hit another button to auto sort. It's pretty nice. I'm not really sure what else is going to be coming into play here. They have portals that go to other dimensions that showcases the new world gen that they're working on. So it does have the procedural world generation like Minecraft, but in this one's a little bit different because it always starts you out in this more peaceful emerald forest, and it always starts you out near the portal to this forest temple. In the bottom of this forest temple, there is a gateway guarded by one of these guys. You can see why people like the daggers. That special attack, you hit them and you just bounce back out of harm's way. I think the big point of this game, though, is kind of with the story surrounding the world. This Forgotten Temple has all this wildlife. You can't really interact with it at this point, but you can kind of just experience this area. This guy trades some stuff, so you can buy some stuff from him with those essences. But the statue in the middle here is a thing that stores the memories. It's kind of like a bestiary for the game. So when I discover something, it will tell me where I discovered it and when. And then as I gain more memories, I restore them. and this progress bar fills up. And as I unlock these new paths, I'm able to get more and more stuff available, which is cool. Once I get to 200 memories unlocked, then I have all of the internal seeds available to me, all the decorative chests, but also up to 8 teleporters I can place in the world. And with those teleporters, I'm able to kind of just instantly teleport thousands of blocks in an instant. It's pretty fantastic. So I usually carry around a couple spare teleporters. So when I go adventuring out and trying to gather supplies, I can just drop a teleporter, get back to my base, get back out to that teleporter, and then destroy it and keep moving. It really works out well for exploration. I'm very curious what's going to be locked down in the adventure mode, because there is an adventure mode in Minecraft where you're not allowed to break anything. So I don't know if it's going to be that type of adventure mode, or if it's going to be more like this, where you explore, you can break stuff, you can build, all that sort of stuff, but you also have quests and experience and all that. I think there are quests in this version already, but they're hidden behind commands. I don't know what the commands are, of course, but somebody posted a video about it recently that said, you know, hey, by the way, if you hit this, there's 2 quests that are built into the game right now, and you can do them. But I have not explored that yet. So I think you have to be at the level where you are utilizing cheat codes and stuff like that. Let's see. I think I want to plant more mushrooms. Do I have more in here? Yes, I've got a red cap. I don't think the blood cap mushrooms spread at all. They'll be a little too powerful if they did, because those come into play later. If I plant a red cap over here, it should start spreading. These green ones have spread after a few days. I only planted 2 of them, and now there's a whole bunch more. The white ones should spread sometime in the next in-game day. I think I see a fox over here that I don't think I have a memory for yet, so I'm gonna see if I can grab that quick. Oh, no, I do have the fox memory. Okay, good. And these, I believe, have memories for as well. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's a fun little distraction for now. Thinking, don't need anything from over there quite yet. I'm gonna have to figure out where I can get some medium hides and some light hides for additional stuff out there. Don't think I put any away in my panic after I died. I did actually panic store some hides in there. That's fine. What's kind of neat is when you die, it places a marker on your map if you're within range. So I had died previously right over by this wizard's tower. So it'll tell you when you died, where you died. If I walk over here a little bit, theoretically, unless they auto-delete it at this point, which is very possible. I don't think it's possible to speed run Hytale yet, because there's no end game quite yet. There is speed runs that I've seen out there for fastest time to kill the golem in front of the first portal. So I've seen speed runs of that, and you can do that within a minute or two if you're really speedy about it. But it doesn't feel like there's much of a point for speed running quite yet. I think speed running is going to be kind of bonkers when you need to progress through things. Like, I need 100 Azure logs. So now I got to find a place that has the Azure logs in it. And I have to get 100 pieces of wood, which is not that hard, honestly. Any big tree will give you like 50 to 100 pieces of wood. But you also have to hunt a whole bunch of animals that give medium leather. And you have to do a whole bunch of heavy leather for other progressions. So if you want the best weapons, that's going to take a while. You can't even mine adamantite if you don't have a thorium pickaxe or a cobalt pickaxe at this point. So it really is going to be interesting kind of when that all shows in the speedrunning community. Mithril's not even in the game yet. Yeah, the workbenches are a quest in and of themselves. Honestly, I found it to be kind of therapeutic because I go to my map and I say, well, what sort of biome has the materials that I need in it? Like, I might need the blue trees for one of the upgrades, so I can go to the blue forest and find those trees. There is a tree. And honestly, no, that is... So I have played in a different world before and have learned what some of this is. This is a gold pit inside of a volcano. But there is this fourth zone over here. It's the kind of like lava zone, the devastated lands it's called. And there is a golden tree that in my last world, I had to walk over 15,000 blocks to find one of these devastated lands that had one of those trees in it. One tree was more than enough to get the golden wood that I needed, but it just was a ridiculous amount of effort. It would have been easier because palm wood is also golden wood, but palm trees do not drop palm wood yet. For whatever reason, they just drop sticks. So eventually, I'm sure that'll get fixed. But yeah, I mean, it's honestly alpha at this point. It's not even. It feels like a beta game, but it's like really in its infancy at the moment. It's really robust for what it is, and if you go in playing, saying like, you know, hey, I know there's going to be some kinks in this game. There's going to be some weird bugs. But, like, you know, you can sit on benches and stuff. And it's got a really nice third-person view. It's got, you know, the ability to climb stuff. I think I can get up onto this. I'm really bad, honestly, with third-person controls in most games like this, but you can get up here and climb up things. It's a lot better mobility than Minecraft is. I think there's a lot more options for building currently. Yeah, it was really solid out of the start, and honestly, it is a bare bones game, but like, there's a lot to do still. How do I have so many mushrooms? Did I place a whole bunch? I don't want to get rid of my bloodcat mushrooms. I'm gonna find my mushrooms in my chest and put them in my inventory. Because I figured out kind of the formula of how these pull from chests is it first pulls from your inventory and then it starts pulling from your chests 1 block away, 2 blocks away, 3 blocks away, and so on. I don't know if there's like a clockwise rotation or anything like that either. But if I don't want it to be using my blood mushrooms, I should have the mushrooms I want to craft with in my inventory instead. Because that way I'm not utilizing stuff I don't want it to utilize. So I'm very curious if these blood mushrooms count. They do. That's very scary. I'm going to put these blood mushrooms far away. I do not want those accidentally used to make mushroom skewers. Yeah. I like the quality of life stuff in this game too. The crafting pulling from your chests is game changing. I think there's some other games that have crafting mechanics that also pull from chests and whatnot, but like you don't see it in a sandbox game like this because everything says, well, I want to be Minecraft, right? Yeah. I still like to organize. I really wish there was like a way you could just stand in the middle here. And I know there's mods. I've seen mods. You can stand in the middle that you can hit a special thing and it'll auto sort all of your items from your inventory into chests that already have those items, as long as they're within a radius. Yeah, I really do like the inventory management here. It is very helpful. Put my mushrooms in there, petals as well. And I'll put my wheat in there as well. Sort it. See, my pickaxe is almost dead. Let's see what else I have here. Vintage Story. No, I have not. I think I've heard of the name before, but I have not looked into that at all. Let's see. I don't want to deal with the void creatures, so I'll give myself a little sleep here. There we go. I really need to finish this bridge, honestly, because coming along here is annoying. These have not grown yet. I'm going to go grab my watering can, see if I can force them to grow a little bit. Sometimes if you just give them a little nudge with some water, they go to the next phase automatically. There we go. Alright, got a little pond over here to fill up my watering can. I don't think it's gonna auto do anything for me, but you know, this will keep them hydrated for a bit. You get 20 and then you have to go back. I really should have a side stream on here. I think I will do that next. Because it just makes it so much faster. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna... don't really... Yeah, I'll do that. That's fine. That goes there. They do have a shovel in this game, but it is garbage, honestly. It hits a whole bunch of blocks all at once, and it's hard to control. How does the watering can keep the soil wet? So the watering can has 20 uses once you fill it up with water from any water source. And it gives a property of watered to the soil. So if I come over to the soil here, and I put my cursor at it, I'm going to hit F7. In the upper left, it's a little hard to see on the stream, but it says target, soil, dirt, tilled, state definitions, watered. So that means that it's going to be watered, and that will allow the crops to grow 2.5 times as fast, I believe. And when the watering dries up, it will turn a lighter color texture on the soil. So you'll be able to see kind of what the state of your soil is for your crops. And I have noticed there is a small little bug where sometimes at the end of its watering cycle, see, I am collecting stuff, and as I collect them, it kind of updates the stuff adjacent. So I have noticed that's another weird thing about gardening. But I've noticed that you can still water stuff and force the crops to update sooner if you water it actively. Which I believe might be another bug, but I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. It just does what it does. The nice thing about this is you don't need to fill up the watering can from the source block. You can get it from like literally just a trickle of water, which is really neat. So I am going to go grab some more stuff. I've got carrots now, which is fantastic, because I can now tame a horse with carrots. And then that horse will not kick me as I jump off of it. So I'll put those in there. I've got some eternal carrots. Those are nice. Maybe I will make some corn next. Yeah, Mojang should absolutely take some notes from what this game is doing. And I think, honestly, this game is scaring them a little bit because this was like a couple months, 3 months after they got the code back and completely rewrote the code all in Java when the previous studio wrote it in C++ or something like that, or C#. It was a ridiculous amount of effort. And from what I understand, they have enough funding now for 10 years of development. Hello, welcome to the stream. Just doing some cozy Hytale progression here. What was I doing? I needed new crops. I think I will do corn. Let's see if we can get to 100. We can. Perfect. So that means I need my gardening hoe and my watering can. And this guy must die. He's all confused. What's going on? I'm just chilling. Well, he's on my property. I feel gross for saying that, but, you know, whatever. Oh, that broke. Of course that broke. I'm going to plant these for now, because if you leave the tilled dirt barren for too long, it eventually turns into regular dirt, and then you have to waste more of a hoe's durability again anyway. So we'll just get 90 of them planted for now. Get these final ones watered, and you can see the color changing as I water them. Fill my can back up. And honestly, I'll just expand this to right away anyway, so that way it makes it really easy to fill up my watering can as I go one row back, because each watering can fill does 20 plants. And I really need a bridge, honestly. Okay, gardening hoe. Ooh, I can make a copper one now. That'll be a little bit more durable, at least. Utilize that. This is now garbage. Do I have access to this thing? I do. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and build a salvager's workbench, which will let me grind up my old gardening hoe and turn it into supplies. All it does is it just grinds away. And gave me a stick. Fantastic. It's not much, but see, now E and R. E puts everything in your inventory into the container. They are right next to each other. I always hit them. But thankfully I can hold and shift and drag my left mouse button across, and it just pulls everything back in anyway. But it is still a pain. There we go. What do I have left over in here? There we go. Don't think I need to hold on to the dirt at all. I just need to go and plant the rest of this corn. And put these gold blocks in here as well. Yeah, it's really interesting, the studio size. The creator Simon's pretty active, I think, on Twitter only. So I don't get to see much of his direct updates, unfortunately, because I will not touch Twitter with a 10-foot pole anymore. I haven't checked to see if he's active at all on Blue Sky at all, or here on TikTok, honestly. But I do see some updates every now and then from creators talking about things that have been announced there at the very least. And seeing the progression of the development cycle of this game is really heartening to see, because they really love and believe in this project. And I think the previous studio that had abandoned the game are kicking themselves, because they made millions the first day it was open, and now they've got funding for 10 years, and they're able to do exactly the type of game they want to do. There we go. Put that all in there. I could possibly start another 10 by 10 garden. I think I will take some lettuce. We'll start more lettuce. Kind of go from there. All right, so now the question is, do I expand it out? I think I do. I want to have a nice plot over here as well. It's pretty close to a cave, but that's all right. Yeah, they recently added grass spreading mechanics as well. So every now and then, grass will randomly grow onto fresh dirt like I'm exposing right now. Which it's fun to see how a game goes and prioritizes things. Like, if this game came out the bat without polished combat, without like any sort of progression system, I think it might not have done as well to differentiate itself, especially from Minecraft. But they did some pretty neat stuff with it, so. Just digging another little trench here for some more water. Grab a bucket. I'll just take a little from here. Nobody's going to notice that. There we go. And I'll start from this end. 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. We'll plant our 20 right here and have enough room for another 80 to give us another big 100-piece garden plot later on. We'll load this up with some water as well. I know it's hit or miss whether or not the adjacent tiles to a water source actually stays hydrated fully. I have had mixed success with that in my other world. They're growing before our eyes. And I just don't want to build farms that are like one row, and then a row of water, and then kind of go from there. I do like the watering can method that I have set up here. It does it's kind of like a zen-like state when I get into the zone doing gardening, because it's very methodical, you know. Yeah, the troughs are nice, but I don't trust the alpha/beta state of the game to be consistent in some of its mechanics. But you know, that's fine. Don't think I need to worry about that anymore. I think I'm going to bring carrots with me, though, because I think if I come upon any horses, I would love to tame some horses. Speaking of, I would love also to get some more wood, so that way I can build some fences finally. I don't want to get the wood that's like directly near my house here, because I like to have a little nature right around me. There is a deer family over there. I'll leave them alone. This poor skeleton guy. He's just keep walking downwards. So confused about why he's getting hit with arrows. Just come over here, I guess. Find some good trees over here. This, James, is one of my favorite features compared to Minecraft. Much easier to get wood. So I am just going to grab some stuff here while leaving the landscape relatively aesthetic. I'm not sure where the rest of those went. They're probably on top of it. Some birch logs. That's some light wood, I believe. So I do need some of that for some upgrades. Yeah, there we go. Honestly, that is a funky looking tree. I'll keep it. I'll get this one back here. There we go. These are oak logs, which oak is hardwood. Good. So hardwood gives me, like, I think the tavern set of aesthetics for the stuff that I can make out of it. Each type of wood has a different aesthetic for the furniture that you can build out of it, which is pretty neat. The walls are different as well for each type of wood. Not each named type, like each softwood, like the beech is softwood, birch is light, and oak is hardwood. Some of them do share the same. There's a couple different types that create some crude furnishings and walls and stuff like that. But for the most part, you can bank that if you get a different type of wood that you haven't seen before, it's probably gonna give you something interesting at your workbenches. At the builder's workbench especially. So I can throw some oak in here, and I can build some regular hardwood fences, but I'm very curious what these ones look like. This one is kind of nice. I do like that aesthetic. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll go with the white ones here. I know there was a lot of the birch wood that I had just gotten, but there's plenty more in this forest. I just got to figure out how to make it relatively safe. It's going to require a lot of wood to do that. It is a little not as white as I thought. It's got a kind of a pinkish hue to it, which is not too bad. Let's see. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm doing with these right now, because this river really puts a damper in having a full wall around my property. But, you know, for now, it will help block some things off. And then over here, I think we'll just come from this little pillar thing. And if you have some blocks right next to it, it's going to kind of throw a wrench into things. Things can jump right over. So I like to double up when I get to those transitions. Okay, there we go. There we go, and a little bit more over here. All right, I ran out for now, but at the very least, I have some corn to harvest, so I'll take care of that. I might be able to afford a scythe or a sickle, I think it is, that lets you harvest a whole bunch of things all at once. But for now, I can just hold in the F key and grab a bunch of stuff. It does get a little buggy when you do 100 of them all at once. It's trying to catch up. One of the nice things is, if you can see on the right-hand side, it tells you the total of what you have gotten so far. If you keep on getting the same sort of item over a small period of time, it'll tally all of it up. Each corn, apparently, gives me more than one, which is nice. Oh my gosh, this is so slow. There we go. My goodness, that took forever. But I got it all. 434 essences of life, a whole bunch of corn. What's really nice is I can take some of my other stuff and convert lettuce into essences of life as well. And on the next level, once I get more light wood again and get enough essences, which I do have now already, I can craft one of these greater life essences. I can sell my corn for some stuff as well. So I can get some essences if I do to 10, 20, 30. It's adding some life essences into my inventory right down there. And it gives 3 per head of lettuce. So just selling 10 of them gives me 30, which is nice. And then I can use that money to buy more. So I'm going to get 100 more of the corn and plant some more. There we go. Have to be quick enough so it doesn't turn the soil into dirt. I think when it's watered, it has less chance of doing that. And they did update the game recently to make it so it didn't do it as fast, because it used to be almost instantly there was a good chance that some of that soil would just turn into dirt and you had to waste your stuff on it. It was not the greatest in the beginning. There we go. I gotta find a birch tree so I can actually convert these things. Of course, I chopped a whole bunch down already, but I see one over here. Later on, you can grow redwood trees. And the biggest one that I found, it's a stage 4 or stage 5 redwood tree. Gives you almost 1,500 blocks of redwood. And those things are huge. I really enjoy knocking those down. Okay. Put those in here as well. And the corn also. And here is where I start getting a ton of life essences. So now corn actually is only 1 per ear, but I did get a whole bunch of corn, so it's not too bad. Trade in a few carrots as well. A few more of these. And how many do I have? 500 life essences now. I think I'm going to stick with... Let's see. I get 3 back for the lettuce. And I spend 2. Alright, have a good night, James. Thanks for joining. So that'll give me a net 1. Carrots will be a net 1 at this point. But I do have cauliflower and turnips. You know what? It is pretty darn late at this point. I also should get to bed. My goodness. But I'm gonna do a garden here of turnips or cauliflower. I'll do the choices. Carrots and no, I'm gonna stick to my guns. Do 100 lettuce. Build up a whole bunch of essences and call it a night. Okay. It's fine. Okay. It was nice some folks stopped by. Really enjoyed that conversation. Really nice of both you, James, and Slatty, to stop by for a little bit and chat and check out some more of Hytale. A fun little game here. starting my journey for the farmer's workbench here, which is going to take me all over the world in order to, I need my, oh my goodness, it's getting dark too. In order to get all the wood that I need, and then to get all the wood, I'm also going to be able to get a whole bunch of ore, and all of that ore is going to progress me even further. Once I get adamantite gear, then it's easy mode, because that stuff is powerful. It keeps you well protected. Very powerful for the weapons. And pickaxes in these early zones are one chop break for most things. Why did I miss that one twice? That's annoying. Okay, let's not miss it again. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so those are planted. It's getting dark. I do have a little bit of protection around there, but I don't want to deal with any potential void creatures out there. Alright, we are coming up on... How long has this been going? Almost 2 hours. So I am going to put this stuff away. Sort my inventory. Get a nice little buffer going here. So the next time I stream, I don't have to worry as much about it. There we go. Get that stuff in there. I think that should be relatively good. Don't think I need to do much else over here. I don't need a rusty iron axe. I'll keep my daggers for now. Leather can go in here as well. Heavy leather, I've got some of that. And I need a place for those. Perfect. And my fuel, of course. The rest of these are fine. Oh, and... Where are you? Backpack. I need medium leathers. I really need to craft a backpack. I will do that next time. Cool. And get these back in here too. And next time I should be all set for doing a bit more gardening. I think I'm gonna do just a whole ton of these. I want to get some essences back quick. Let's see, we'll do 100 of these. There we go. And that'll give me enough to do 200 of these. So next time I'm on, I will go ahead and plant these as well. And then that will give me a good head start for everything. Okay. All right, well, nobody's here, but, you know, in case anybody's watching, have an excellent rest of your evening, excellent weekend if I don't see you again, and thanks for joining for my adventures in Hytale as I work on this place for a new dawn. I don't even remember what I called it, but that's okay. Beautiful. Now I have to figure out how to stop this thing again. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And take care, everybody.